screen out. Miss A was coming out. I screen out the window. Hey, your ass up.
That's appropriate?
You
Is
late.
it appropriate? Is it appropriate?
You come at me every day for being late.
Is
One day
it
that you late,
appropriate?
can't
Have I ever spoken to you that way?
Oh, Miss A.
Alex, if I were to write you up right now, you'd get suspended for at least 3 days.
You
Don't
are so
push.
sensitive, yo.
Just
If
do
you're
your
gonna
task.
write me up, you're gonna write me up. If you're
Just
not, don't talk about it.
Do your task.
Telling them what to do sometimes is hard. You have you're crossing the line, okay, between student and teacher and assuming an authority role. And it's one of the hardest transitions for a student to make. Learning the finesses of learning how to develop the relationship where the students respect you and listen to you, in addition to learning from you and controlling the classroom, is, like I said, the hardest, and that's where she's grown.
I can't do that, show. So you don't eat till late at night?
Not late at night. What time does it get dark outside?
5?
Right, 4:30.
Oh, that's nothing.
By the time I get home, it's time to eat. But because it's a new, it's a lunar calendar and it's a cycle, eventually, one day, like a couple years down the road, it's gonna be in the summer, and then the sun will set around 8 or 9 o'clock.
Then that's tough. Then you really be hungry. I really want to see if you can do it, Sean. I can't do that, yo. That's
I love it when they ask me questions about my religion, because there are so many stereotypes about Islam right now going on in the world, and so many people carry all these assumptions, and they think they know what they're talking about. So when my students ask me, it gives me an opportunity to clarify, and often they do walk around with all those stereotypes that, that they hear in the media or they hear at home. So when they ask me and I clarify, and they walk away saying, oh, okay, now that makes sense.
Miss Albamage, because she's able to relate to the students, the veil becomes invisible.
She has both hands cut off by the rebels.
3 children from Sierra Leone, a small country in Africa, land at KCI Airport.
Francis Gondo, his arms were thrust into some boiling water, both up to the shoulders.
All 3 children dealing with war wounds too severe to operate on in their homeland.
His name is Salafou Sissé. His dad was carrying him and running. They shot his father and killed him, and then chopped the little boy in the head with a machete.
And my wife.
Lonnie Hoke has visited Sierra Leone 7 times in the last year and a half through the nonprofit organization Feed My Lambs International. Every trip strengthens Hoke's spirit.
I still cry, and it still hurts me and breaks my heart to know what these children have gone through, but I see their faces, and I just love them as people and not as a big problem.
39 hours of travel brings them here where they will undergo surgery and treatment for their injuries. They leave the images of war behind them.
These children have forgiven everyone around them, and they're going on with life. They just go on with today. Their smiles just invigorate you, and I've learned so much from them.
We're so happy that you are here. I'm going to take care of you, and hopefully you'll get better.
The measure would permit an immediate takeover of the schools by the state, eliminating the school board, who's now feuding with Superintendent Ben Demps over his contract. And a state legislator warned about that again.
To change superintendents at this time would be disastrous for the district.
That's State Rep David Levins, who told the board get a deal with Demps last weekend or he'd bring the takeover bill back. And he did. Chairman Dick Franklin of Independence permitting him to bring up the measure even though it was defeated last week.
Most of the committee chairs allow at least until the next meeting for reconsideration.
Which was today. The measure lost on a 12-12 tie, but district defenders are only mildly relieved that they blocked it.
For now, I believe we are in a war, and I believe it will raise its head again in another form.
That's the prevailing mood around here today, that the takeover measure might have several lives. Some senators are hoping they get a shot at the bill. Mr. Speaker, or a member of the House might try and attach it to another education bill as an amendment. And the 12-12 tie is proof to some here that this takeover measure still has lots of friends.
I think a statement was made. The issue is still alive.